Hi guys, welcome to my channel, all about YouTubers 13. Today, unexpectedly, I'm doing a video on Armchair Detective. Yes, I was working on another video, a different subject, and I still am, but you know, I was just I had a bit of time free and I was just watching some of Armchair Detective's videos, and you know, I come across a couple of things which is just mind-blowing, and we'll get into it in a minute, but thank you to all my subscribers. I'm at 900 now, well I should be thereabouts. I need to get to 1,000, so thank you for everyone who's subscribing. Please like the video as well, subscribe if you haven't. Also, I need to get a laptop, this is on its way out. If you can contribute, PayPal below, I'll put you on the screen, unless you say you don't, you know, you want to be anonymous, which entirely up to you. But having said all that, let me just get on with this, because this is what I want to say about Armchair Detective and some of the shocking things. You know, basically we all know he's got his book, and really in order for his book, his words to make sense, there's no other way to say this, he has to change reality, doesn't he? Because reality, you know, is not anywhere near where he's going. He's in a different, you know, ball ground entirely. Now he wants people to believe that the police are telling him what to say in the interview when they went back the second time to the prison to ask him about the deaths and how he done it. For 3 years people have been listening to what was said and even reading it in subtitles, but AD wants them to kind of reset their mind, you know, as if none of that has happened, and it's now turned into what he's saying to fit his narrative. It's kind of like, I made a video last week because when he was interviewed at first after the lie detector at the police station, there's a time where he says, "Why did she hit my effing girls?" Now that was clear as day, and it was even subtitles saying "my effing girls," and then he said, guys, for 3 years you've been thinking," he said, "why did she hit the girls?" But no, it's "my girls." I'm like, what? Is he deluded or what? And he said, but for him to say "my," it must mean that, you know, it's not Shannon, it's somebody else. He failed to mention that in that same interview there was another 3 other times where he naturally said "my kids," but that didn't fit his narrative. Because you know, it's like when I was younger, I'd say to my brothers and my sisters, "Where's my mum?" and they say, "My mum as well." It's just something you say, do you get what I mean? But he's trying to fit it around his narrative, obviously for his book. So now I want you to listen to what he's saying, well, what he's trying to tell his subscribers, what the police officers are saying, but then I'm going to play straight after what they did say, and I'm going to go back and forth so you can see how he's changed it entirely.
The detectives are putting words in his mouth to help him. So they weren't alive, were they, when you put them in? No, of course not, no. Why say that? Why not just say, were the girls alive when you put them in?
They're both in there. Is there any reason to think they were alive when they fell in? Okay, you're pretty sure. Okay. Is there any reason to think they were alive when they fell in? Okay, you're pretty sure. Okay.
So they weren't alive, were they, when you put them in? So they weren't alive, were they, when you put them in?
Is there any reason to think they were alive?
So they weren't alive, were they, when you put them in?
Is there any reason to think they were alive?
So they weren't alive, were they, when you put them in?
Is there any reason to think they were alive?
So they weren't alive, were they, when you put them in?
See, there you go, never sounded anything like what he said at all, and it's like, how could you even think that? But we know why, because he's changing a narrative to fit his book. So that was the one thing, and then the next thing, he accidentally says, it comes out of his mouth, that, you know, he's making it up as it goes along. It's a Freudian slip, a Freudian Sigmund Freudian slip. And it comes out his mouth and he realises and corrects himself straight away. But you know, Freudian slips Sigmund Freud. Freudian slips are there for a reason, because they're subliminal. You can't, you know, you don't know it's going to happen. It's the truth coming out. Take a listen to this.
It gets, I want to tell you what it gets. Less believable, what it gets. The first time you hear it, it's like shocking. But when you hear all the stuff that I brought to you, you think, he's making this up. He's making this up. How I go along. He's making this up. He's making this up. How I go along. How I go along. He's making this up. How I go along. He's making this up. How I go along.
There you go, a Freudian slip in action, and you know you can't argue against them. And the best and the worst thing about it is, it means he's conscious of what he's doing, which we know he is anyway, obviously, because he's making up the story as he goes along. But there's no way in the future he can say, oh, he didn't realise what he was doing. His subconscious is even coming out and telling us, do you know what I mean? It's one of them. Anyway, it's a quick video. I just wanted to bring those two things, because I just found that last one means quite a lot, the Freudian slip, subliminal messaging coming out, and him changing the words to fit his narrative. Anyway, please subscribe if you haven't already, like the video, get it into the algorithm, share it. I'm trying to get a new laptop, and you know, I've been saving and saving, but I need more. If you can help, obviously. If you can't, you can't, but if you can, PayPal below. I'll say thank you on the screen and put your name up there if you want me to. If not, I won't. Anyway, that's it for today. You all take care. Catch you on the rebound. Bye. Dum 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 dum.